Hey, hey! Here we go. Look at this. Welcome to my kitchen. Wonder if anyone's going to join us. This is very sporadic decision to do this. I don't think I've ever gone live before and actually followed through with it. I think I started once. And nobody wanted to hang out with me. Well, I got Duncan, but he doesn't talk much. Just kind of walks around sniffing and licking his bum. I do hope somebody wants to sit down and have a little drinky, have a little chat. Talking about booze tonight, and I'd really like someone to be watching before I pop this cork. I think I'm going to wait like one more minute. It's alright. I've got all the time. I got a little time. What do you say, Don? Should I pop this cork? I think that was Chihuahua for yes. What do we have tonight? I was at the Target, the Target, if you watched one of my last videos, Target. Looking for some wine. I was in the mood for some wine and some cheese and some other general snackage. And I'm a sucker for a bargain, even if it is only $1 off. Excuse me. Sinuses are bugging me. Allergies and such. And there's a $1 off. Oh, we got somebody watching. Good day. Thank you for joining. We're talking about booze, blades, and other things like shenanigans that start with the letter B, I guess. So I was looking at some wine, and I've seen this around a lot. And I don't care for gimmicks, but I do care for deals. Oh, they're gone. Bye. Got 19 Crimes, Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm not really big on gimmicks. This looks kind of gimmicky. There's this thing where you could like scan the code on your phone and like the little picture comes to life and gives you some story. And I didn't know that it was an Australian wine. About a week ago, I talked shit about Australian wine with Typing Piper. I don't typically like it. Oh, we got someone back. How goes it? Thank you for joining. Still talking about the same old bottle of wine. So yeah, it's kind of gimmicky, but it was $1 off. Oh, they're gone. Bye. Carry on. 19 Crimes, 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon, Southeastern Australia. 19 crimes turned criminals into colonists. Upon conviction, British rogues guilty of at least one of the 19 crimes were sentenced to live in Australia rather than death. This punishment by transportation began in 1788, and many of the lawless died at sea. For the rough-hewn prisoners who made it to shore, a new world awaited. As pioneers in a frontier penal colony, they forged a new country and new lives, brick by brick. This wine celebrates the rules they broke and the culture they built. Okay, so, oh crap. I don't have my wine log handy. Anytime I try a new wine, I log it. Hey, we're up to 2. Look at us go. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the party. I hope you'll excuse me for just like 2 seconds. I'd like to grab my wine log. So you're just going to have to stare at this guy for just a second, and then my messy top of the fridge. Be right back. Shit. Sorry. lost one. Wonder if it was the potty mouth. Alright, got my wine log. I had to start a new one because a few months back I left it on the bus and I was very upset because I started that wine log a couple of months after I moved here, and so I have over a year, or had over a year's worth of like every wine I tried. I logged, I made tasting notes and how much I paid and ABV and stuff like that. I already peeled off the top. I could give a tutorial on wine opening, but I already did all that, so I'm just going to pop it open. Every time I pop a bottle, I think of it as an opportunity to improve my technique. Because with me being in the profession that I'm in, one day I would like to host some sort of private dinner or something, and you should know how to open a bottle properly. Let's see what we got. It's very dark, as expected. Gonna give it a swirl. Wakey wakey. Woo! Cherry. Lots of cherry. Let's put this in the book. Here's a little idea of what we do. Give the date, varietal, well, yeah, date, the brand, the varietal, the ABV, alcohol by volume, price paid, where it came from, and sometimes if I have a thermometer handy, I take what temperature the wine is. And then I put nose notes, tasting notes, what I think it would pair well with, and if it came with a natural cork or a rubber stopper, we're back to a full page. And for a fresh one. Today, we have, what is it? 17th. 17th? Where'd this year go? 9, 17, 18. 19 crimes. Cabernet Sauvignon. I also have my own kind of shorthand. I like to abbreviate things. You know, maybe I won't write this down right now, because I can just watch this and come back to it. How do you think of that? Alright. Lots of cherry, a little plum, a little leathery. Cherry, plum, and leather. There's a little smokiness on the finish. That's nice. Now I can have a piece of cheese. But it's not all about cheese and wine here today. A little bit. Thought y'all might like a tour of my knife roll, just for fun. I seem to talk about pipe and tobacco and stuff on here a lot, and I think channels are more interesting when you show a little bit about yourself. And while I do fancy a good smoke, I like food and booze and things that make them. And I'm just going to hang out and drink wine and sharpen my knives. And if anyone wants to hang out, you're welcome to. If not, that's okay too. I'm not going to do this much longer. Maybe another 10-15 minutes in case someone wants to watch this later. apron, dirty apron, needs a wash. Some random tools, measuring spoons, tasting spoons, a sharpener for knives that I don't like, that aren't worthy of the whetstone treatment. We have here electrical tape. I never know when that's going to come in handy. Peeler. Fish boner. Boner. I don't really use the fish boner much anymore, but it has come in handy a couple of times. It's been a while since I worked at a place where we broke down like whole sides of fish. I don't really do that anymore, but every now and again it proves handy. What am I going to sharpen first? Oh, and our tools. I find it very important and handy to keep chopsticks around. People tease me for it, and I don't care. Every good cook or chef needs a paring knife. This is very cheap. It's like $5 Farberware from Walmart, but it doesn't matter because it's done everything I've needed it to, no less. Here's my boning knife. This actually started life as a yanagaba, which is like a sushi knife. It used to be like this long, and it used to have the point like a chef's knife. But when I bought it, when it was delivered, it had like a little bend to it. And it was useless for cutting fish. So I cut it into a bunka shape. And this thing trims steaks like a champ. Got my 10-inch Mercer. Did you see the logo there? She's shiny because I've been careful with her. I don't use that one much either. I made these guards, by the way. Covered this one in some runes. This, before it started to fall apart and I had to tape it up, this used to say, this blade belongs to a badass motherfucker. 8-inch Mercer chef's knife. This one's not so pretty, because she's had a hard life. She's got an interesting little character mark right here from, because these aren't wood handles, it's a very hard plastic. And like one of the first catering events I did at this job, the corporate chef, he sat a hot tray down next to where I had my knives laid out, and it melted a little character mark. This is my favorite of my current kit. I used to talk a lot of shit about this brand, but this is my 8-inch Wusthof. I talked a lot of shit about this company, but man, they make good knives. There's a reason they've been in business for 200 years. Lastly, some of y'all might recognize this. This is my cleaver. I've named it Cleveland Brown. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I'm here to slay some big old bacon slabs, and I'll do it all day. With pig sides and vegetables and even got nothing else. Let's get sharpening. I have my whetstone soaking in a very, very classy takeout container. Because here at Ziggy Num Num's TV, you know, we just have massive budget. We need the finest things that can be offered. So I'm going to prop you up a little bit, see what I'm doing with the stone. Whoop. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm not great at this. I'm still perfecting my technique, but I'm good enough as to get a good working edge on my knives. I'd like to get a stropping kit, like leather and balsa wood and stuff like that, but maybe when I'm in a bigger place and I have room for stuff like that. Uh-oh, what have I done? Alright, it's good to have a wet towel. Sometimes paper towel works. Sometimes I have to lay a bandana down. A little more wine. A little more wine never hurt anybody, except for the people that it did. Oh yeah. Let's do this thing. You gotta soak a stone for a good 20-30 minutes. I actually had to level this earlier. It says you use it. Kind of gets a concave in it. Looks like a half pipe. Alright. Right now we're on the more coarse side, because that's what actually like takes material away to correct the knife. Because like when you have a dull knife, you know, you start with an angle like this, and then as you use it, it just kind of pounds it, you know, down, and you have to grind material away, bring that back. And these edges aren't really in bad shape right now, but they could be a little better. And a cleaver like this, let's see, it just slipped on me. A cleaver like this doesn't have to have a super fine edge. Because I just use this to break down slab bacon. Like we get like quarter bellies of smoked bacon, of whole slab bacon. Like you can still see the teats on the skin. And I get it really cold, so it's easy to cut. Just the heft of the blade itself does a lot of the work. So now we're going to go to the finer side. Man, we hit 20 minutes already? This isn't going to go on much longer. That's not my favorite Cabernet Sauvignon, but even for that price range. But for Australian, I've definitely had worse. Let me start here. Gotta keep your stones wet. There's no worse feeling than dry stones. Well, maybe full ones. Well, didn't put a whole lot of work into that, but it's going to improve the edge a bit. My steel. I don't know where my honing steel is. Heaven forbid. Oh, there it is. Get out of the camera, you piece of towel, you. Now, before I cut like food with this, I'm going to give it a thorough washing because there are little tiny particles of steel all over the place. Those are not good eats, in the words of Alton Brown. Feels a little better. Here's what you do with old bills. Woo! Caught a snag somewhere. Not super sharp, but that's okay. I don't need it super sharp. It is in better shape though. It's gonna split some pig real nice. I'm gonna go back to work. Thursday? Did I mention today is my Friday? That's why I'm sitting up doing a little thing like this. Though I probably am going to have to go to work Wednesday. Because my boss has approved a last minute catering event. And I was going to send my order today for Wednesday. But I'm not going to get caught with my pants down and not have something that I need for that event. So if I have to take a couple hours out of my day off to head into work and go walk an order and submit it and all that jazz to make sure we have everything, I'll do it. Because catering events are really good for the business. It's been really slow right now. So when we can make a few grand off of a few hours work, easy peasy, pays my food cost for the whole month. Well, I think I'm going to eat myself a little piece of salami here and bid you farewell. Oh man, that's good. That's the first piece I've had of that. Made myself a little cheese board to snack on while I had this wine. And it's pretty tasty. I'd give you some, but well, there's nobody here to give it to. And smell-o-vision isn't a thing yet. Nor is passing food through vision. That's the best joke I've got, I guess. Yeah, so 19 Crimes, 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon. Not the best Cab Sav, but probably the best Australian I've had. Would I buy it again? Only if it was on sale. So with that, I believe I shall bid you adieu. Thank you to all of the 2 people that popped in for a minute. Here's to you. Prost, Salud, Slancha, Nastroja, Stravizie. Those are all the ways I know how to say cheers. So here's to you. And until next time, best wishes, happy smokes. Jake, aka Ziggy Num Nums, signing off.